What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about B3 today, base token. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, it's the 14th of May today. We have about 8 hours and 30 minutes left in the day, sitting here at about half a cent, just over that. Down 1% on the day, down 6% on the week. We had a very nice week last week, and the past 3 weeks in a row. Actually, let's see. From a low here on April 7th to where you are now, you're up 84%, which is a little bit ahead of the pack whenever it comes to the average altcoin. The average altcoin is not up 84% right now. They are up, let's see. And there's plenty of coins that are up more than that. There's plenty of coins that are not up quite that much. The average coin is up about 56%. So 56, 84, definitely a nice look there. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, the RSI has hit the overbought zone. We've hit it a couple times and rejected. I think that it's nice, the posturing that we're in right now. You know, you were oversold here and you've just been building, getting some higher lows and higher highs throughout the whole phase here. What we're looking for is some movements, some higher readings that break through into the overbought zone, and we reside up there, right? Not just these little in and out movements like this, not these little tastes. We want to actually get in there, you know what I mean? And I think that we will. I just think, you know, rejecting off the overbought zone like this normally does call for a bounce off the 50, if not lower. So here you bounce a little bit lower. Here we're almost at the 50. I would think we go a little bit lower, find support at the 50. We've got this nice kind of succession of lows here. It would make a lot of sense in my opinion. Looking at this from an overall low, which was, by the way, a very nice low. You had a nice Adam and Eve double bottom there. Beautiful, perfect, very powerful too. If we take the low to the high here, your 382 is at about 004888. I could see you going down there. I could see that happening. I don't know if you do. I'm just saying you could. I could see that happening. And maybe if you were to see prices down there, actually, if you were to close like a day around here, that could produce a RSI level that is similar to this one, if not even just slightly higher or slightly lower. And it does seem as though you like to find support right in that area, if we're being honest. Let's look at this. B3 has a very short existence. It hasn't been around for too long, so we don't have too much to back this data off of. But you can see here, you have found support here, there, very close to this area. So maybe you do reach your way down there. 0056 now, 00488 later. That's what I could see happening. Probably over the coming days, maybe over the weekend, if not certainly over the coming days. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and move up from there. Okay, 1 hour RSI looks pretty bearish. Yes, volume isn't really coming in too much, but you're consolidating, so I'm not going to hold that against you. That's fine. You had some volume come in here, but you didn't go anywhere with it, right? You had some volume come in here, and you did build, but you stopped building. Volume's coming into the downside. I think we're just waiting. I do believe that probably over the next day or two, we will see prices that are taking out this low and going to that area 00488, like I was saying. The 4 hour time frame also looks bearish, yes. Getting overbought's good, but then rejecting the 60 is not good, right? You found support on it here, but now you're rejecting it here. Looking like you want to go to that oversold area, yes. So lower prices are very, very likely. From a low to a high here, what we're doing, man, tearing right through the golden ratio, that even ups the likelihood, I would say. Wow. I wonder if we will go all the way down to 0048. I know I said 00488, and if we do go to 00488, that's fine, but that's like somewhere in between the 1618 and the 1886. I would more likely assume that you stop either right at the 1618 or you stop right at the 1886 area, something like that, not in between it. So it would be interesting to see if you found support here, because a lot of cryptos have been respecting or at least targeting their 1886 200 area lately, and it would just be interesting if B3 here was one of them, found support right there and then moved up. I could really see that happening over the coming days, maybe even over the weekend. Yeah, so a little bit lower. A little bit lower is the plan right now, yes, and then a little bit higher or a lot higher. Very, very soon you're going to be breaking out. I mean, what you're doing right now is you're finding resistance here at prior resistance. You're getting set up. You consolidated here, you know, from March 12th until March 31st for about half a month there. You consolidated, and then you move down. So make no mistake, you could consolidate here more than just 4 days. You could absolutely consolidate here a little bit more time. I don't think that you move below this low. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't think that you move below this low. Yes, I don't think that you move below 0046. I do think you move below there, but you don't move below here. Consolidate a little bit further. Wouldn't this be interesting if this was a left shoulder of sorts ahead and then a right shoulder of sorts? Wouldn't that be interesting if it was? It's not, because this is already poking out. This isn't at the same level. It'd be interesting. Maybe the head and shoulders could start from here. But then again, then this is just so weird. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting, the formation. It reminds me of an inverse head and shoulders, but it's definitely not that. But still, that kind of setup, that kind of look can still provide some bullish kind of inclinations as we do build. Anyways, you'll go down and then you'll go up, and when you go up from a high to a low, the expectation would be that you probably move right on up to the golden ratio. So about 1 cent, 1.1 cent, somewhere around there. You're at just under, or just over half a cent. You're going to go to just under half a cent here pretty soon. So a 100% pump is loading. It definitely is loading from the low. If you could catch this next low, if you can buy below half a cent, I very much do believe that you would get 100% growth, if not something around there. Probably over the coming, maybe by the end of next week. This week, not so much, but the end of next week, I could see that happening, absolutely. If not the end of next week, the following week, but sometime in the month of May, absolutely it's coming. I really do think next week is going to be a bullish week, but today, tomorrow, the next day, you're probably going to be spending your time moving down and then consolidating over the weekend. From there, you will absolutely continue to build. Absolutely, you will. That's not the stopping point at all. By the end of June, by early July, something in that kind of time frame, I would expect that you're up at about 3.2 to 6.1 cents, something in this area here. B3 being at the current price of about half a cent. That's an overall growth of about 5.7x to potentially a 10, 11x move, and you could grow beyond that. But let's stay focused on this, at least for now. Let's stay focused on this area until we see how we interact with the golden ratio, see what we do there. If we have a more bullish movement than what I'm expecting to happen, maybe we can talk about these targets. But until then, let's just keep it grounded at this 11x potential to a 4, 5x potential, something like that. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I've said everything that I need to say. I hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and just expect a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of downside over the coming days. All right, take care. Bye-bye.